Hello, my name is Santi. Thank you for tuning in. Today I will talk about the first essay I read like a writer. This is something I had never done before and it kind of changed what reading is for me. I am still learning this skill, but I am excited for the opportunity it presents me with in the future. I highly suggest you check out how to read like a writer. I recently learned how to do it and I'm glad I learned. Reading like a writer requires patience, but it is rewarding. I recently had to use this new skill for the second assignment in my compositions class. In this assignment, we were given a list of 9 essays to choose from. We were assigned to choose one essay out of the list and read it like writers. We then wrote a paper about the choices the author made in their work. Why did they write the paper this way? What was the purpose? What are they trying to say? Reading like a writer helped me answer those questions. They were all great essays, but one of them in particular caught my attention. My father spent 30 years in prison. Now he's out, by Ashley Ford. She tells the story of her first encounter with her father after he was released from prison. She talks about how long they both have been waiting for this moment and the pressure building up to that moment. She also talks about phones in today's world, how everyone is constantly online, and how her father is really behind in modern technology. She makes some very good points that I had never thought about before. I chose this essay because, in my opinion, it was the most appealing to the reader. It starts off in a very casual way. Ashley Ford creates a mood of intrigue that hooks the reader from the beginning. Another reason why I chose this essay is because when you read it like a writer, you can appreciate the choices Ashley Ford makes throughout the paper, and how these choices really enhance the quality of her work. I believe that if I didn't read this essay like a writer, it would have been a different experience. When reading this essay like a writer, I ask myself these questions. What is the author's purpose for this piece of writing? Who is the intended audience for this piece of writing? How effective is the language the author uses? Is it too formal, too informal, perfectly appropriate? When you look for the answers to these questions in the writing, you can see how good Ford's work really is. I enjoy reading this essay because I found her work very descriptive. The reader can really picture what she's talking about throughout the paper. Also, I think that Ashley Ford writes with a purpose. She writes in a very formal way, like she's talking to you. She makes the reader's job very easy. Will reading like a writer affect what I choose to read in the future, you may ask? I wouldn't necessarily say it will affect what I choose to read, but it would definitely impact the way I read basically everything. Books, essays, everything, you name it. Now that I think about it, you might not want to learn how to read like a writer because it forces you to do more work, but in my opinion, it is a very useful skill that I'm glad I learned. You should definitely give it a chance. I will definitely continue to read like a writer. I found it very useful not only for that one assignment, but for all assignments in the future. I also have noticed that I am more self-conscious when I write. I check over things one more time and constantly see if the word I have written down can be replaced by a better word, one that will make the whole essay better. When you read like a writer, you pick up on things that were missed when reading it normally. As for Ashley Ford, I will be sure to check out what she writes in the future. I hope I stumble upon one of her pieces of work one day. I am sure it will be great. Signing off for now. Thanks for listening.